Cheers.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, almost.
Almost. We're getting there.
Almost there, guys. Well, it will be a Happy New Year come Friday night when the podcast comes out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2022. No COVID. Nothing. No, not really.
Nah, COVID's still here.
It'll be here.
It's going to be here a long time. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. So have a drink and cheers, big ears.
Cheers, big nose. What's happening?
I love it. Oh, yeah, I can't.
This week, fill us in.
It's been a bit dramatic, but Jess is on her last week of annual. And then she's just found out I'm off like on Monday's a public holiday. And I took my mum to Rye today because I was always, for the past 2 weeks, like, we need to do a day trip. So today I'm like, we're going.
Yeah.
So we went at about 2 p.m. or something, 3 p.m. And we just sat there at the beach. It was beautiful. The sea was just nice, like, and then we sat amongst the trees. And Mum goes, so it's a public holiday on Monday. If she didn't tell me today, I would have gone to work early in the morning, Monday morning. And they're like, Jess.
Day observed? Do you not look at the calendar, Jess?
No, I don't. And I was just like, what?
I really like that we keep on having like these public holidays be observed like days later.
I know, that's the way Australia should be.
So, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
I remember us doing this last year. I have my interior design course that I need to finish that I've been putting off for the past 2 years. And I'm a person that doesn't put things off. So I need to get that done by October next year.
Okay, I'll be on your back about that.
Yeah, please do. And I want to write my book.
Oh, hurry up.
I've been going on about it since I was 28 when I wrote it. And you know what's funny? And I don't know if you're listening, but Brad from high school. That's right, I won't say his last name, but Brad, for people that know, the one and only Brad from high school. He came in all of a sudden and he just liked one of my pictures, yeah?
Yeah.
He liked one of my pictures and I was like, oh, hey, Brad, how's it going? And our messages were huge. And I was like, I remember you wrote a book like years ago. And he was like, yeah, that was about 10 years ago. And I was like, tell me the process. And he was telling me, he's like, you got to do this, you got to do that, watch out for this, watch out. So I thought that was kind of like a sign from the universe to just fucking do it, yeah? Those are my two solid, that
What's
and
the book
succeed in
about?
my job, my new job.
Yeah.
I wrote a poem a couple of years back and I think it perfectly reflects my mind frame. My
Of
mind
that
frame,
time.
is that a word? Yeah, of that time, but I really do think that it's really, really good. And I want to do like a picture book sort of a thing. And I have an idea. I just need to sit down and do it. But I want to do it. And I've been going on about it. It keeps popping up, like acting and singing. Like,
Do it.
I will. You live once.
100%.
You know, you live once and you have to seize all the opportunities.
You know.
Oh, sorry. I thought you wanted to do a cheers.
Thanks. That's enough.
No, you need a drink. You need a proper drink.
Yeah.
So you told me about you, James. What's on the agenda for 2022?
Do more exercise.
Oh, yes. That old chestnut.
Yeah. What else is on the cards? Finish the album, release the album, go film another music video clip with you, Bonnie, and Jackie.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Be really good.
I already thought of some locations for that, which will be cool. So, like, obviously going to those places, trying to get the venue to film it would be fun.
Yeah.
And hire a Lamborghini, and Jess will be driving it. It'll be fun.
Yeah. I
That'll
can't
be
wait
fun.
for that. That would be really good.
And then also, like, I actually want us to be like, maybe do it in a studio. So then, like, with the green screen and stuff. So then we can be running, you know, where it pretends, like, you put it on that thing and it pretends like it's driving. So you'll be pretend driving.
Oh my God.
And then we can run some red lights and
That'll
have
be
some
like-
fun.
Nice. I like it.
So we'll
Good
see.
things are coming.
Yeah, being creative. I guess that's another resolution for the next year. Be more creative, have a bit more fun.
Have a bit more fun.
Yeah.
Because these years are going too fast.
And I'm 30.
Yes, you are. How did that happen?
Well, in January, so that will be the new year.
It'll come so fast.
Mm.
But 30. Any
30.
what are you gonna do before you turn 30? Any like last minute things as in your 20s that you want to do?
Not really.
I pretty much do all that I can, which you do. You do.
I kind of like also kind of want to in my 30s like chill a bit more. Like I feel like in my 20s like I was going after things like so gun ho, like
Needs to be
films,
this. It needs to be that.
And just really hard on myself. I really just want to have a real chill 30.
Yeah, I just want a blase 30.
Yeah. Basically.
That's kind of like me. It's just as you get older, and I thought I reached this pinnacle when I was 21. Clearly not.
It's just like, I don't want the success, the fame, or anything like that.
Your
anymore.
illusions die down,
Yeah.
I would say. Your illusions die down.
Your contentment goes up.
Yeah, because it's a never-ending list, yeah. And once you do as much as you can, and you're like, you know what? I'm just peaceful with just sitting at home in something that I bought, like if you buy a house or something, you know? Which is something else I would like to do.
Yeah, so I brought some bok choy.
Oh, bok choy.
Yeah, so basically I was having bok choy with salted peanuts and chicken salt. And can I just say, I think I stumbled on like a super good, like it's just like so cool in terms of like the texture of like nuts and then the texture of the bok choy, which is like both crunchy, but different types of crunch.
I like this,
So it's
James.
got like a texture, and then the saltiness of salt, and then obviously onion, because like chicken salt's made out of onion and garlic. What do you call it?
Granulates.
Yeah,
Sort of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was just like, yeah, just kind of like threw it all together. Obviously washed my bok choy and everything, and I was just like, this is a simple as fuck salad, but I was just like, I was pretty proud of myself. I was just like...
Salted peanuts as well. I never would have thought of that. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm keen to try that in the new year.
Yeah. So I'm just like, sometimes I was thinking about stuff and it's just like recipes, so many ingredients, so much like work and effort. I'm just like, sometimes it's just good to just like strip everything back and just be like simple as fuck.
Yeah, I agree. We don't have time for
all your shit.
All of your shit.
Basically, so that was one thing I made. Another thing I made was broccolini with strawberries.
Oh, strawberries.
Yeah. And lemon and salt. There's a salt theme.
Yeah.
That was really nice.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like the sweetness, the saltiness, and then obviously the freshness of broccoli.
That's all you need. Something simple, something quick.
And then the citrus from a lemon.
Oh, you can't beat citrus. Or your kumquats.
Kumquat.
Yeah.
You know, I can't believe that I actually finished that song.
No, you've done really well. And I saw what you posted. You posted something about all of your songs. Yeah.
Yeah.
The entire album.
The record. What will be the back of the record? So,
Okay.
yeah.
Good times are coming. Oh,
Yeah.
you're going to leave me. You're going to go overseas and become a star. And then you'll be on a talk show and be like, yeah, I once did this podcast, but it wasn't that good. Never.
Never.
It'll be
It'll
like, it
blow
was
up.
epic. Yeah. Yeah.
So we like plugging the podcast. Yeah, about music. Forget about that.
And
I'm
for
hearing
people
talking.
that don't know and are just joining us, welcome.
Oh yeah, welcome.
He is Amory Beach. That is his stage name.
Yeah.
And I suggest you can download it on any server, yeah?
Yeah.
So I suggest you have a little...
Google.
Yeah, Google, have a listen because he's a star on the rise.
Oh, Jess.
Oh,
You're going to be on it.
I'm so keen for this.
Once we finally finish the song.
I think we have a good, premise, I would say. and an idea. We just need to execute that idea.
Yes.
And we're always rushing to do the podcast and stuff like that, yeah? We need to actually hang out and let things organically happen. Yeah, map a day, make it happen.
Yeah.
But yes, my two best friends, Yuvin and Yuvini got married. Congratulations. If you're listening, very proud. It was a beautiful wedding.
Are they having a honeymoon?
They're going to Queensland soon.
Oh, nice.
And they were telling me all about the PR kits that you can buy at Coles, and they're like $50, and I'm just like, what? And then I read all about it. But yeah, they're doing all of that. They're going to have only 3 days, I think they're going for, but good on them. Proud of them. I was proud of them on the day.
That's good.
Proud of them now. Yeah.
So have you been watching anything lately?
Peaky Blinders. 110%.
I started watching
Bonding.
So it's basically about BSDM.
What's
so
that?
basically she's a dominatrix.
You like that kinky shit, don't you?
It's basically like a comedy, dark kind of comedy humor, and it's her and like a gay sidekick, and they basically it's pretty funny. Like if you want to watch something that's like weird and like fucked up, but like
sometimes
funny.
you need a fucked up show. Like Peaky Blinders right now is getting pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
And I gave it a rest. I was telling James, I gave it a rest after they did something unforgivable in season 3, which I won't say out loud because it's still pissing me off. But then I gave it a rest. I'm like, this show is shit. And then I went back to it. I'm like, this show is so good. It just takes another level.
Often you need something to happen in a show, and as much as you're so pissed off with their decision, you're like, oh, okay.
Like, rationally, I get it, but for fuck's sake, like, I was so pissed off, and I messaged my friend who's, like, watched all 5 seasons, because the 6th season's coming out soon, and I didn't even know, like, one of the characters in real life has passed away, and I'm like...
Oh, really?
Yeah. I won't say who, but you should Google it. Ooh. And for people that don't know what Peaky Blinders is, it's about... In England, there's a town called Birmingham. And basically, there was a gang there, and how they rise up and become, and it's a family gang. Just for Aussies out there, it's like the Ned Kelly gang that actually made it. And it's just the Godfather and Ned Kelly is all I will say.
A mixture.
But yeah, it's really interesting. And the main guy is so cute. And I keep like going back to like season 1, and he has these brooding moments. There's something about a guy that's brooding, and he has the jawline, yeah? It's kind of like a Johnny Depp jawline. And he's just like, yeah, you want to kill me? Fucking kill me. And he takes like a swig of his like cigarette. And I'm just like, that's so freaking cute, even though he's like whinging, but he has good cause to whinge. But it's sexy. But it's funny in real life, it's just the character. In real life, I'm like, he's cute. But the appeal is the deep voice and the brooding little... And the rain. He's always walking in the rain, and he's like, fuck it. Like, if you want to kill me, like, it's great.
We've got a little attraction going on.
I really do. And I go back. I think it's like now become an obsession where I go back to season 1 and watch only certain scenes.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, oh, it's like me and Bridgerton. I'm still obsessed with the Duke. But yeah, there's something about that Peaky Blinders guy and his deep voice, and he's brooding. So any ladies out there that want some digital company and eye candy, I suggest Peaky Blinders on Netflix. It's the bomb.
I kind of like watching a show, and you like kind of stumble upon a character, and you just like,
whoa, I'm attracted.
Yeah.
What is that?
I don't even know what it is.
That?
And also, like, I've noticed, like, you know when you notice you actually do have a type?
Yeah.
And,
yes,
like,
James.
I've got a real thing for, like, a real geeky kind of, like, not conventionally handsome, but has that, like, charisma that makes them. So, like, each time you like, they've got, like, that charisma and that personality that you're, like, you're getting more attractive as the show goes on.
Tell me a show where you felt...
I actually, like, literally had a show in my head, and I can see the person, but I can't remember the name of the show. But on Bonding, there's one of the characters on that where I'm just like, okay.
You always go for the side guy, never the main character.
Yeah.
I've noticed with like even in movies when we saw
Yeah.
Aladdin, James is like crushing over this other guy like in the background. I'm like, what, Jafar? Like I remember. And now I look back, I'm like, why did I like Aladdin? I was obsessed with him. Like
Yeah, you were.
I was like, oh my god, he's so cute. No, like
No. Yeah, in the show Bonding, there's 2 side characters, and they're not the main characters. And I'm just like, one of them has glasses, very geeky, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
the undercover. Yeah, was he brooding? Because that's right up my alley. Would see.
He's a little bit brooding. He plays in the closet. He's in the closet.
Oh.
So he kind of has that brooding kind of
Okay.
mess to him. And then the other one in that show is the guy in her class. He's kind of just like the quiet, reserved, like chill, kind of relaxed person. And he just kind of has this like quiet kind of, you know, charisma, presence there, and then he becomes more main.
Okay.
But
I
yeah.
like it, James.
But yeah, it's pretty different. If you want a different show, you should watch
Bonding.
that.
On Netflix, yeah? Okay. How's Selling Sunset? It's a new season, yeah?
I kind of felt like it was a little bit of a flop.
Oh, crap.
So basically what happens is that my favourite is it Christy? Christine. Oh my god, I'm getting names mixed up. Christine. Basically, she's the biggest bitch of the show. I don't know what it is, but I feel like a lot of gay people, it's like we watch a show and we're watching it for like the drama and the craziness, and we like the most dramatic, craziest person because we're like, oh, if we could live like that.
We totally do it, yeah.
So basically, she gets called out by all the other girls. So it's kind of a season a little bit where, like, I get why they're calling her out because she hasn't been the nicest person. But at the same time, I'm kind of like, it doesn't make you all better people now, like, ganging up on her and making her feel terrible.
You've now become low.
So I'm like, it's kind of like, I understand why they're doing it, but also at the same time, like, it's not really going to help the situation.
Nah, never does.
No.
Never does. It gets out of hand.
Yeah.
Because you like
And
the
people
adrenaline rush.
Don't want to forget. They're like, no, we're not forgetting.
No.
We'll move forward, but yeah.
Yeah. What else? I want to watch Emily in Paris, but I don't think
I
I'm
already
in...
watched it.
Don't tell me.
Oh my
Don't
god,
tell me.
that's
Don't tell
the
me.
person who I was crushing on.
The black guy.
Yeah.
Not being racist.
Yeah.
There's something... I've seen him on Instagram and I'm like, God damn. Like,
There's just something about him.
what's Gabriel? What's the main character?
Oh, I like him too.
He's really like... He looks like Prince Charming.
And then I also like...
But I haven't seen
the brother. You know, her
I know what
brother.
brother. Yeah, I know what brother.
I was like, he's
I need
pretty
a-
well. And I was like, he's not 18.
Yeah, and she goes and yeah.
It's like, you can't blame Emily. He looks a lot older.
Have you seen Jess Like That? Like the new Sex in the City?
No.
I'm telling everyone right now,
Yeah.
just watch episode 1. And it kind of like, because the whole, when you're watching it, you're just like, oh, it's going to be a flop because Samantha's not in there. They've done something to overtake that. And you're like, oh my goodness, they've actually saved the show by doing this.
What is that?
I'm not going to say. I think I told you in the car once. I don't know why I'm remembering this. But I'm not going to say. Just watch episode 1. It's on binge. It's magnificent. And then it just keeps going. Then you get hooked.
Okay.
And there's like addictions with the
I've never
characters.
watched Sex and the City.
You'll like this one episode. Even if you don't know and you haven't watched like all the seasons. Like I grew up with all the seasons. It was me and my mum bonding. We're just like, mum's just like, yeah, I dated a guy like that. He was a shithead. I remember like growing up. It's a lot of memories, but just that one. It really is. It's great.
It's good.
What else? I know that there's a couple of, what is it? bloody Bridgerton. That will be a flop without the Duke. I can tell you that much. Oh, spoiler alert. Sorry, but there's just no point.
There's quite a lot coming out. Like, I was on Netflix the other day and I was like, oh my god, Queer Eye, the new season's coming out in Texas. And I was like, oh, that looks cool. And then there's also a few new TV shows. Like, there's a spin-off of Elite, the Spanish high school one, which I told you to watch, Elite.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's a spin-off of that, like a spin-off. It's like another private school, blah, 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 and all that kind of stuff. So that looks cool.
They're saying the new Gossip Girl is quite juicy as well.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah, my friend was Uvini. She was convincing me that it's actually quite juicy. Like, if you can keep the Chuck Blair, Serena thing out of your head and just treat it like a separate show,
you
it's
know
quite
how
good.
like they on Netflix have now the tab on your phone going like coming soon, and you can see everything. I started watching like so many stuff, and I was like just hitting like notify me, notify me, and I was just like, okay, I know what I'm doing in the new year. Watching Netflix.
I'm binging. It's interesting with Netflix. It's that universe sort of a thing where, and I think I've grown like as a person, like weirdly enough, because I remember when Suits first hit and I'm like, I don't give a damn about the legality, but I got hooked onto that like no tomorrow until the last episode. And it's like opened me up where I used to watch fantasy and romance. That's it. But now it's like I watch murder shows, like, and then I watch legality.
Everything.
Like, what the hell? Like, legal stuff. Like,
Yeah.
It really opens up the category that everything is interesting if you have an open mindset.
And also just the way that the characters are. I kind of feel like if you got enough like cool characters in a show, you're invested. You're like, oh, okay, I'll watch. I want to see what happens to this person. Yeah. And I also kind of love on Netflix how now it's becoming more like stories that you've never seen before, told by like people who've never really taken the center stage as characters.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm kind of really liking as
These
well.
new people.
Yeah, and just stories
instead of
recycled.
That yeah.
As well as
like Queen's Gambit, like what the hell? Like I was obsessed with it. I think the whole world was.
Yeah.
And it's chess. Like
and then the other one I really like is the daughter of the Indian family, and she's, you know, in the American high school, and then also she's just so like full on because she has those parents' expectations, and then her dad passes away.
Which movie is this?
It's a TV series. What's it called? I'm terrible at remembering names lately.
That's alright. I'm sure people can Google it.
Know. I'm trying to remember what it's called. And then she's like choosing between she really likes the high school guy, and then she pretends that she's dating him, so like goes around the school and whatnot. Meanwhile, she's dating someone else, and then it's just all kind of, she's dating two guys at once.
Oh no, one of those situations.
I just kind of like it because she's the type of character who makes mistakes, and I think that what makes her so redeemable is the fact that she's so human and she's trying, like she's not perfect.
Yeah, but she's actively aware that she's shit.
And when she does a shit thing, she's like, I know I'm being a shithead, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. At least she's like
At least she knows. But I saw in the drive-ins this week, this is another thing, I saw the new Spider-Man movie, Spider-Man Homecoming.
It's coming to Netflix.
My God. I won't say anything more. But there is a certain scene towards the end where you're just like, what? But that movie is one big, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And like, I don't know whether you've seen on like TikTok and Instagram, they have like filmed the audience, and the audience is going crazy because they're just like, what? I remember like around like last week, I was keeping away from TikTok because I'm like, it's going to blow something. It's going to like do something.
Yeah.
But go see it. It's good.
It's coming to Netflix in
When's
a few
it
days.
coming? Oh, really?
Yeah, in the new year.
I wonder if you have to pay for it.
No.
Oh,
It's a big deal. Like Netflix paid a lot for it.
interesting. Yeah, they're going to get a lot of views. I wouldn't mind watching that again because it's just like, wow. Yeah.
But also, I kind of find it so fascinating now that we're moving towards that type of system where things will go to the big screen first and then streaming companies will also now be taking them, a few weeks
Not bad.
later, which is like, wow. So
It's kind of like Spider-Man is on Netflix, like all the other ones. I would have been like, what about Disney Plus? But that's not
I was
DC.
just like, what the hell? Because like I was literally on, that coming soon thing, and it's like Spider-Man Homecoming, and I was just like, what? The fuck? And then I was just like, I won't go to the movies.
I wonder how they compete for stuff like this. Like, it would be quite interesting. Like,
but also, the cinemas wouldn't be too happy because you how you want to have it for a few months. And
yeah, that's what I thought. Viewings. It would have been like for at least 3 months or whatever. But I guess the appeal
like
will
also
go.
To like cinemas, do you move to a more concentrated market where you show something for like more full on for like 3 weeks, and then you know that it's going to Netflix, so you only do like a short little 3-week show and try and pack them out and book them out in advance, being like, oh, we got the Spider-Man before Netflix will have it in a couple of months time, so come see it.
That's also true. I went to the drive-ins, which is something I haven't done in years, and it was packed. I loved it.
Yeah.
We went in my 4-wheel drive, and the 4-wheel drive's got a bit of height, so it was just like, it was cool. My 2 friends were like sitting behind me, and the cars around us were like, the engines were like busting up. It was great. Like, and in our car, like I had my friend Yuvin, thank you Yuvin, he's kept turning on the car and turning it off to make sure that the engine was great. And we had like the little deck chairs at the front, and as soon as something would happen, we'd be like, oh, and then everyone was just like around us. It's something about an audience. And that's the thing when on TikTok, when they film the audience going, what? Like, there's something about it, but it's more convenient when it's on Netflix and all these streaming services.
I will admit that. Like, I would say that I went to our friend who's been on our show. Oh.
Yeah.
Does it still go? Okay.
Yeah, it's still going.
I went to my friend's play, Jackie, who's been on our show.
Go, Jackie.
And it was at the St Kilda Botanic Gardens by the Shakespeare Company, Melbourne Shakespeare Company.
Oh, you went?
And yeah, and I was, because we've had COVID, I haven't been to theatre in quite a while. So I absolutely thoroughly enjoyed it. In terms of like, I think having an audience watching something as well and watching theatre where it's a lot of like physicality and everything, like I can see how there could be criticisms of the show, but also I think like because it had been so long that I hadn't seen theatre,
that it was,
I was
absolutely amazing.
Forgive everything that you would normally, if you kept on seeing theatre all the time, there would be things that you were like, oh, that could have been done, a bit nicer, a bit better, like blah, blah, blah. But because we haven't been out.
Everything's amazing.
Like,
it's like a whole new world.
And then also it's like the sun was setting, it's like
that's something
the Rose
about
Garden.
I went with her to see, did she do Macbeth? She did some Shakespeare Midsummer Night's Dream. She did that, and I went and saw like years ago. And it's something about when you're in it's kind of like, when you're in a park and the sun's going down and you're just so chill and you're like, this is the best.
Yeah, and then also just about like being somewhere, I don't know, for me personally, as much as films and that is so like amazing and things, there's still something about watching a performance live, like whether it be singing or acting or a musical or something, that's just so much more, what's the word? Real. Yeah, it's
and
like
you're just
real,
like, wow.
You're right there, yeah.
It's kind of like, it'll be interesting in the future if they have like holograms.
Yeah, that's what they reckon they will get to.
And kind of just all the actors, like I wonder like whether there'll be a thing.
Yeah.
But there's something about just seeing a human being just bearing all.
Yeah.
It's great. But yeah, it was a
Yes.
lovely chat, James.
Yeah.
All the very best for the new year. I wish you
Cheers.
luck
I
and
wish
best
you
wishes.
I wish you success and may your dreams come true.
Aw, may your dreams come true, James.
Cheers, everyone.
We're not on Netflix. We're on YouTube. And
Coming
listen
to
to us.
Netflix.
Coming to Netflix soon, all right? Bye.
Bye.